What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have one of the newest members of the Indignation Collective here. I call her the Purple Hair Diva. You know who we have in the building today? We have JAZ ELISE in the building today. What's going on, sister?
Greetings, y'all. Thanks so much for having me. Bless up every time.
Thank you so very much for joining us here on the Entertainment Report podcast today.
Yeah, man, no problem. I will pass through, and bless up the place and hold some vibes with you.
All right, that's true. All right, let's go, because I know right now you've been in the business now professionally about 2 years now from 2018, but I want to get some background info from you before we even jump into that right there. All right. Yeah, what part of Jamaica did you grow up in, and what actually got you interested in music in the first place?
Well, I grew up in Harborview in Jamaica, so that's really near to the airport and near to Bull Bay, out by the sea. So that's really where I grew up for most of my childhood, into my teenage years, I'd say. And like growing up in Harborview is just like, it's a pretty middle class income community, low to middle class income community, and I grew up with both my parents who were lovers of music. They're more into like gospel music and that stuff, but when I grew up in Jamaica, or Caribbean, say devotion and church and them thing there is a must. So that's really where I got my first start in just loving music and understanding how music can speak to your soul.
Okay, so you really got your start in church. That's where you really started to develop your love and everything for music.
Yes, definitely. Gospel music and just growing up in Jamaica, everything is vibes. Even in high school, I remember, we have a popular artist out here where used to turn gospel song into like popular music. Okay. So trust me, the vibes is very similar. So it's just that love of music, growing up and hearing it every Sunday, every day, it's just instilling you for love the culture.
All right. And who were some of the artists that you were actually listening to back then that probably inspired you a bit when you started out?
Well, in terms of 2 years ago.
In terms of from your gospel and then up to 2 years ago.
Oh, well, back then, as I say, it's not like I did a pre for do music as a career, but growing up listening to Lord, Glace, what's her name again? Bad gospel artist, and it's like she sing, hold my hand today, let's all fall. Glace Rabbit. Oh my God.
I'm not up on my gospel, so I can't lie to you.
The name has slipped me right now, but say just we have a lot of gospel artists who come out of Jamaica. We're just tough, and you better hurry up. Let's get ready to go. It just vibes, beer vibes in music, and Papa San and them man there when them leave dancehall for come a gospel is just vibes them bringing, and the energy is just infectious. So growing up listening to all of that, it's just the love of music, as I say, but. Otherwise, I used to grow up listening to, I grew up, I hear Tarrus Riley and Chronix and Queen Ifrica and Etana and those people, so, and Protoje. So that is really where my love for music really, really start develop. Like when Chronix are bust on the scene, me just like, what? Music and Sizzler, Capleton, and from then it was just like through the whole reggae revival, growing up through that, my eyes opened to a next side of music, like reggae music, just nice.
All right there. So then I guess you grew up gospel, then you started to listen secular. So when you started to record, how come you never recorded a gospel song opposed to a secular song?
Well, it's not, I would say that not everything we grew up with we lead out with, you know what I mean? So me's a very spiritual person. I have a lot of respect for everybody's spirituality, but for me it's like I take it in and it becomes I turn it into who I am. It's a part of who I am now. So my spirituality will never leave me. So even in some of my music, you'll always hear me reference the Almighty and them thing there, because that is just how I grew up, you know. But you know, for who it's for is in me. Like you have the greats out there doing it, Kevin Downswell and you know, say no, Sister Marianne Hall and thing. I really charge it. So you have for who's calling is that calling. Then you know you have to allow them to fulfill that calling.
Got you 100%, because basically how I got introduced to you, it was your first single that I saw. It was actually, I seen it before I actually heard it, which was
Yeah,
For
yeah.
You.
Yes, yes.
What I liked about that was it was a real vibrant looking video. It gave you a lot of good vibes, a lot of nice colors. But what I liked with it, it was like you were singing new school, but on an old school flavor. So it's like you just brought both worlds together.
Give thanks, give thanks. Yeah, For You is one of the one of the first songs I ever just vibe and write ever, you know, without knowing anybody in music. I just decided, say, you know, me and Jalen are gonna link up and we're gonna just make something. So to hear that you think positively about it is amazing.
Yeah, no, big, big, big there. And then the next time that I seen you appear again, this was visuals, was the rock and groove that you did on BBC One Extra. Right now, that's almost at 4 million views. That's with Shani B. That was with you, Lila, Nada, and Savannah.
Savannah,
Yes.
yeah, man.
How did that come around? And right there, let me tell you about that there. What I really enjoyed with it is you guys were new school, but you guys were singing the Barris Hammonds, the Dennis
Sure.
Browns, the Gregory Isaac, and then mixing in back your song. That right there was crazy. Tell me how that came around.
Give thanks firstly for that, you know, but it's just a love of music. Like I personally love Dennis Brown. Like I remember anywhere any little music perform would I sing that Have You Ever? You know what I mean? It's my jam, it's my jam. I love Barry Salmon, and these are the people who we grew up listening to, and the I Waynes and them things. So naturally it's within me, and I know that being around these girls as well, I can, like when we're vibing and we're singing, I just them something there, like we will legit what BBC One Extra was. We never really know what we for do. Them just say, yo, rock and groove, and we just take the mic and we start vibes. So it's what we do on a regular day. We just take a drum and take a beat and we just say, yo, me know that one, and we just a mix and we just a go on and we have fun. So that's really what it is, and you have to respect the I can't even say the past, because past implies that it gone, never to return, you know what I mean? But this is the foundation of music, of how we are here now. So there's no way for not appreciate that and just show it its respect where respect due.
Makes sense. And as I said, that there was your first recording with Indignation Collective.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So then how did you even manage to get the title of the rhythm itself, where your song was actually called Rock and Groove?
Rock and groove.
Yeah.
It's just the vibe. It's just the inspiration from the rhythm, you know. And like I saw that the rhythm was called Rock and Groove, and I think at the time too, you know, me never know what to put on the song. To be honest with you, when I first heard it, I was just thinking like, what may I go through, what may I feel right now. I mean, just kind of feeling like a weird place of, you know, like people maybe misunderstanding something and they might try bring down your energy a little bit and whatever. So I just fling the vibes there and that truth into the song. And that's really where it came from. Like I was on my veranda looking out, hearing the birds chirping, and just I said, look how this nice. So I make them look across these people here. Come try bring me down in it, you know. So that's really where it was coming from at the time.
All right. Big, big, big. So then this is the question here. How did you meet Lila Ike, and then how did she bring you to Protoje in the first place for you to actually become the fourth member of the Indignation Collective?
Well, how did I meet? Okay, so So in all truth, I was at a dance show, some culture. It was like a Red Bull dance something. It was keeping in Kingston, like in 2018. And I think at the time, me did just hear, like, me did just drop for you, literally, me say like a day or two before. And then I saw her and I say, yo, that girl, I look familiar. And my friend say, yo, yeah, man, and she did the second chance song. So I say, yo, my hail her up, so I just forward over to her. And I was like, yo, you don't know me and thing, but I just want to bless you up. And we just have a little genuine conversation with her, and she was very warm. And that's how she, if you know her, she's like that, isn't me? Like, she's genuine and warm and things. So she was just encouraging me. And from there, we just kind of say, yo, we'd love for. So it was give thanks for vibes, and then from there we just start par, and she just start seeing music.
Yeah.
Before that, I never know nobody. And then from then now, just vibing and partying and having musical vibrations together, where the whole rock and groove thing come about. And then, she tell Protoje, say, yo, listen to that girl her name JAZ ELISE. And you probably did have one or two others where they'd say, yo, Diggy, pre that girl, you hear it from all angles, and then when you hear it from a specific one or two, it seal the deal, say, yo, mama, see what go on. But it's just a thing in life when we realize, say, certain things that you desire, you might not know how you get there, but you just have to pray, say, the pathway is made for you to get there. Whatever that pathway is, the right pathway for you. So the people in my life right now, Indignation, being a part of that with Sev, Lila, and Diggy, I just have to say, give thanks for creating this pathway for me to now manifest what I want to do, which is music.
Yeah, makes sense. Totally makes sense. And the fact that you just took a chance, say, hey, I'm going to hail up Lila. He didn't know her from anywhere. He just connected, and here you are today. That's amazing all in itself.
Yeah, I remember them time that, she's the Lila Ike, now is not the Lila Ike, but then me did just like the song. I'm gonna say, yo, and I'm not that person either, you see me? Like, me's a very shy person, but somebody just say, yo, just bless her up and tell her, say, you love the works and keep doing what you're doing. And then she did just encourage, so.
Crazy. That is crazy. And that brings us to your big song right now. We're talking about Fresh and Clean. All right. And this is the remix with Govana. Tell me why you wrote that song, and then how you came up with the remix to actually get Govana on the remix, and why him of all people.
Well, like For You is me and JLL sit down and we just did have an idea, and we go studio and we just vibe it out. Like that's pretty much how I do most of my song them, unless me hear a rhythm, as in the case with rock and groove. But it's just a feeling, to be honest with you. Like, everything I'm sing about is what I feel at the time, and just me putting something I go through, or just a vibe I have, an emotion that I have, it just in the mic. And in terms of the remix now, is just, I forget thanks to Diggy, because Diggy really say, yo, say. No, actually, Instagram. So Instagram and Diggy, that did happen. But they put up a little thing, and like, the Q&A thing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, me I say, yo, who you don't want to see JAZ ELISE collab, something like that. Me they just put out, and a bag of people, they just say Govana. Like a bag of people. So me tag him and thing, and him did actually respond and bless me up. So me say, okay. And then the next day, separate from that, I think Diggy did mention it, meaning like, yo, say, this would be dope. And me I say, yo, it's like the universe I conspire, say, that's something I have to go on. So really, that's where it did come from.
Yeah. And you guys actually re-recorded the song first and then put out the video, or everything came out at the exact same time?
What do you mean?
With the remix, because remember, at first, the Fresh and Clean, he was not it at first. And then I think you even had a video for it too.
Yeah.
For the original Fresh and Clean. So then now when you guys remix it, did you guys release the audio and the video at the same time, or audio came
Yeah,
out
man,
first and then video?
Same time. We just say we give the people everything. Video, new song, streaming, everything one time. Couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. No. And what I like, again, this is the second time I'm seeing you, and your videos are so vibrant. But then now I see that you added a lot of style and flair to it this time here. You guys were all dressed up in your clothes and all that. Wicked video. Has such a light feel to it. You know what I mean? It feels nice and light and bouncy.
Give thanks. I forget them some light and bouncy sometimes, light and good feeling sometimes, but as the music keeps going, the music keeps growing. So
yes,
yeah, forget a little different thing here and there.
And you saying that, no, when could we expect a body of work from you?
I would say definitely 2021 for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Maybe sooner than you'd expect. Who knows?
Who knows? You know what? Definitely, I would love to hear it, because again, seeing you on Rock and Groove, then seeing you on Fresh and Clean, it's like they're two different spectrums, but it's still, you still contain it. I don't know how you contain it, but they're two different vibe, but it's still crazy. Let me ask you something totally random. Who are you listening to right now? Who is on your playlist?
Who is on my playlist? My playlist come in like a mix up soup. I listen to a lot of different music, from obviously the Chronics and the Protojes to the Dexter Daps and the Govies and the Skilly Bang, the Coffees, and obviously my generation of music. I listen to everything to Gregory Isaacs, Dennis. I love Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown, Burning Spear, Abyssinians. I listen to a lot of different kind of music.
Okay.
A lot of it broad ranging.
Mm-hmm. Wow. 2 more questions for you before I get you out of here. Performance now. Do you remember where was the place the first time you performed? Was it scary, or were you just ready to go on stage?
Listen, up to now, if we all come on this, get me nervous. Like forward on this way. When anxiety busting on my head, for them something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true thing. Like every stage I perform at, I'm always excited, but sometimes I feel like, some I have to run, go bathroom or something before I come back, because I just not fit my belly a turn every time without fail.
Yeah, I get you. And that's something I guess you're going to work through as you continue to grow in this musical space right here.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest performance to date?
Biggest performance? Actually, I would say, to be honest, in terms of impact and reach, that BBC One Extra, even though it was virtual, to me was one of the biggest performances. And I did a performance with Fresh and Clean as well that people seem to be really responding well to. Mm-hmm. But the last live show we did was a show in Jamaica called Rumfest. That was the last major show we keep at Jamaica before COVID locked down everything. Mm-hmm. And Diggy brought me on stage and thing, and I was just like, this how a stage show feel like? At the biggest stage I ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. Believe me, I say, yo, at this, I do with my life. This me need to do.
Right there. And then you felt that energy and you felt everything right there. Right before you actually locked down. And that's what's crazy right there.
Yeah, man.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself while being locked down?
That I need to be active. Because me somebody where will get like sad and anxiety and them things there. So I have to, like, we did even have to start gym and them something there, just to keep my mental going and my body just going as well. So I have to be active, not just meditative, because if you sit down in a house for 6 months and all you do is meditate, that must throw you.
Yeah.
Mad, you have to be active. Go do something. Talk to your family. Talk to a friend. Run up a hill. Look at the birds. Look at nature. You have to do something. Be active.
For sure. Jazz, it's been a great conversation. I can't wait to actually see where you're going to be in the next 2, 3, 5 years. 'Cause I could see exactly the improvement from the first time I seen you to fresh and clean. And trust me, it only gets crazy from here on in.
Give thanks.
Before I let you go, could you give me a piece of fresh and clean dub plate style?
Yeah, you don't know, say JAZ ELISE representing for Muscle Entertainment Report podcast. Muscle fresh and clean. Him fresh and clean. When Muscle him dey on the scene, oh, you so blessed and free. You a rebel when you step on the scene. Muscle so fresh and clean. Whoop.
Jazz, thank you so very much. As I said, it's been a great conversation. My purple hair friend. And as I said, there's so many more things coming up in your future. All right. Big up yourself. All right. Where could they check out what's coming up with you? Where's your social media handles and where could they stream your music?
So YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal, everywhere it is, Spotify, you know, you can JAZ ELISE, look up JAZ ELISE and you'll see me. Facebook, Instagram, JAZ ELISE, JAZELISE, Twitter, JAZ ELISE, JA. Hey man, look me up on your Zola vibes.
Jazz, let me give you an outro and get you out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out.
Bless up.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.